Welcome to Mission to Inspire. My name is Shola Ajibade, and I've got our wonderful guests here with me today, Petrina and Ronald. Hi, Ronald and Petrina. How are you today?
We're good,
great,
thank you.
Great, excellent.
Thank you for coming on our show.
You're welcome.
Pleasure.
Petrina and Ronald are the founder of Planet Wellness. They use natural herbs and plants as remedies for health-related issues, using their well-researched and proven techniques of over 50 years. In 2021, they won the Implementer of the Year and Female Entrepreneur of the Year awards, and were finalists in numbers of other categories. They have successfully helped many people around the world with their remedial solutions.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, why did you embark on Planet Wellness? Why Planet Wellness?
Well, what happened is I'm originally from Malaysia. However, I've been in the UK for over 30 years now.
Yeah.
When I met Ronald, he was living in Malaysia. Okay. However, not for that long. He was there for about 6 or 7 years. So it made more sense for him to actually come over to the UK. And that's when we started Planet Wellness together, because we wanted to help many people who were suffering from ill health or even the common colds and coughs that most people get every year, not to have to go through that suffering, whether be it a day or a month or a week.
Yeah, how we met, I'll just need to say that how we met was extraordinary. I opened up a clinic I'm Australian, but I did open up a clinic in Singapore from 2004 to 2006. Okay. And in 2006, I went to Malaysia, and her parents were my first clients.
Really?
Very first clients in the clinic.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's how we ended up meeting. Yeah, she was the mother was so amazed by what I was teaching her. She rang Petrina and said, "Look, you've got to come over to Malaysia and meet Ronald because you must come." Yeah,
for my own health checkup.
For my own health.
And then it was love at first sight, I guess.
Well, it wasn't.
Not really. No.
No. That didn't happen until we went on the cruise.
It was more of a physician-patient relationship, because it was long distance anyway. And then we met properly on a cruise in 2011.
Yes.
May 2011, and that's where it all started. We will tell you about the cruise story another time.
Yeah.
Interesting time.
Very interesting it was. Yes. Yeah. So the reason to expand a bit more, the reason why Planet Wellness was started is because we wanted a vehicle to penetrate the UK market and also the European market, right? You see, when you work in Australia and New Zealand and places like that, you're limited because you've got 30 million people, right? Yeah. That's your background, your field of work. But when you come to the UK, you've got about 70 million people. Then you've got France, you've got Germany, you've got Belgium, and you're talking 700 to 800 million people. So there's a big market. And there's a lot more sickness in Europe than in Australia and New Zealand. A lot more, right? Yeah. Like, for example, diabetes is very high here, heart problems, overweight. So we thought there would be a big market, and it has proven to be so. And because unfortunately what happened, along with the population, you get problems with people being serviced properly by the medical establishment. And we saw the gap in the market. So we thought, right, we'll go in there, and bang, off we went. Yeah. So there's been, we took it on, and we've actually had doctors come to see us after a while.
Doctors and nurses.
And nurses.
Wow.
Even critical care nurses come to see us for their treatment.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Wow. It's a success on your parts then.
Yeah. Well, we started slow, just like anybody else. But the thing is that within a few months, we started to get this impact. And before you know it, we were getting people, like optical people and ophthalmologists and people who install glass on you, doctors,
Right.
We had all kinds of people that would come to us and say, listen, we've tried this, we've tried that, we're sick. What can you do for us? And away we went. So that's how and it has proven to be, it's taken a while, but once the reputation is established, you just roar along. It's amazing. Yeah. But it took a while. It took about 2 years, 3 years to get well known. To get well known.
Well, you are, yeah.
But now we've become very, very, very common, which is good.
Which is very good. So, what year did you establish Planet Wellness then?
Well, for the first since 2011, for the first 5 or 6 years, because Ronald was still in Malaysia and he was traveling backwards and forwards, so it took a bit of time at the time. But to answer your question, probably we started properly in UK more or less full time in 2016-17, so about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's good.
And that's not a long time to become established. It's not a long time at all.
It's not a long time at all. Yeah. It's not a long time at all.
Well, some people take 20 years to establish the business or more, you know. So, but we did it in probably about 4.5, 5 years, you know. And
great. Yeah.
And the funniest part, we did a great start with a Jamaican, Barbados.
Those from the African continent. Caribbean continents. Yeah.
So that was our first client base, African continent. You know, like, and also the descendants of African, like Barbados, Bermuda, Lucia, Jamaica, and they proved to be about 60% of them proved to be really, really good patients because they had this background because you know they in the African descendant countries, they understand herbs, they understand you know, all kinds of properties of herbs and flowers and all they do. So they were more open to our teaching. And then they brought the whites along. Then they brought the English. Then they brought their mates from other nations. And so we ended up doing Pakistanis and Indians and Bangladeshis and Nigerians. We've had Nigerian people fly across all the way from Nigeria to come and see us.
Wow.
It's amazing.
So your products, do you refine them, or how do you prescribe for it?
Okay. Want to explain that?
Well, we use a technique called Iridology, and that is we can actually look at where the weaknesses of various organs in the person's body. So when we recommend supplements, for example, we're not like the others, most of the others in market where they mainly sell supplements or promote supplements because they just want to make money and they say one size fits all. For example, if you need magnesium, most of the people will say you just need 2 tablets a day and that's it. However, if you put into context, everybody's body is different because we've all had different lifestyles, different upbringings. So you might have a weakness in some particular part of your body, which I may not, and vice versa. So we can't just say everyone just needs 2 tablets a day as per the bottle. So with our technique, we can find out, like, for example, you may need 10 tablets of magnesium and calcium a day, whilst I may need 5. Do you understand? And then as you get better, your dosage will reduce.
What is fascinating is that I had a phenomenal start. Like at 14 years old, I was already learning nutrition. At 14, I was learning.
At 14?
Yeah, that was in 1960.
Did you come from that background?
Yeah, well, no. My mum was a school teacher, and my dad was a top engineer, top engineer, but very clever with their brain. Huh? But I'll tell you what had the impact was my grandfather. My grandfather was from French stock, and at 3 years old, he started teaching me how to cook. 3 years old, started teaching me how to cook.
Wow.
And he was a phenomenal man. He had, at that point in 1960, or 1949, actually, 49, when I was 3 years old, he had 80 chickens and 12 roosters, right? And they were all organic. We had about 60 eggs a day.
Wow!
He had that many chickens. He had Rhode Island Red and Leghorn, white Leghorn, and also the Black Orpington chickens. And those chickens would be our black protein. So we'd either get the eggs, or once a week we'd kill a chicken, share it amongst the family. So then he was growing bananas. He was growing, corn. He was growing tomatoes, chocos. I watched all that when I was growing up. And at 14, I thought, wow, that food has a big impact on people's what way they're eating.
So as compared to the younger generation or existing generation now, where we all know the food is coming from the shops, we don't really know where it comes from.
Yeah, exactly. And in those days, there was no such thing as junk food. No such thing. There was nothing like that.
Organic.
It was all organic. And it gave us a massive base to grow our bone structure and our our internal plan. For example, look at the size of my hands. Have a look at that. See that?
Yeah.
My hands are really manly hands. That's from my father. But look at the size of it. You see that?
Yeah.
Now, I can carry 30 kilograms with that hand in the garden. 30 kilos, one hand, like that. You see? Imagine lifting 30 kilos with one hand.
Really? Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah. And I'll be 76 in August. 2 months from now, I'll be 76.
Wow.
Right? And so, that background I had, I must say that I'm so grateful for my grandfathers and grandmothers. And because they were the ones that founded my enthusiasm for food, right? We had bananas growing, we had avocados growing, we had chili plants growing. I ate my first chili at the age of 3.
Oh my God.
And I've had a love of chili ever since. Chili is very, very good for the body. Very, very good, right? Especially if you grow it organically. But
you're not afraid of spice?
No, not at all. We've got about 15 spices in the kitchen.
Oh my goodness.
Everything from turmeric to garlic to ginger, cumin, coriander, paprika. We got the lot. Every day we cook with some sort of spice, but the chili always comes in, always. Yeah. And we grow our own chilies as well. So, but what's exciting is that knowledge, enabled me to help thousands of people. Thousands. We've estimated at least 40,000 since the age of 30, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So 45 years of teaching, that's a lot of people, right? So, but someone who's much, much more involved than me, he's passed on, was Dr. Bernard Jensen. In his lifetime, he did 700,000 patients.
Wow.
Can you imagine? He lived till in his late 90s. And he said something phenomenal. He said the doctor of the future will be treating people organically with organic foods.
Yes.
No drugs. That's the doctor of the future. That's what he said. And he said that about 1950. And he was right. So drugs work, but they can be very, very deadly on your liver, especially if you're on it for a long time. I'm not against drugs. There's certain, for example, if I had my arm blown off in battle and I was in terrible pain, I'd take morphine for sure, but I wouldn't be staying on the drug forever. No way, The trouble is now, once people get on this rollover of drugs, it's just constant battle. It's this drug, the next drug, the next drug, the next drug. And that plays havoc with the kidneys and the liver. No good at all. Now, I haven't taken a headache tablet for about 60 years.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. No headache tablet. I haven't had flu for 35 years. No flu, no colds, no hay fever.
You don't take the flu jab?
No. There's no need for that. The flu jab is artificial. My own immune system, the way I treat it, that is the best flu jab I could get.
You can get
my own immune system. And I'll share with you why. This is fascinating stuff. You see, in the human body, this is gonna really rock you. In the human body, you got 75 trillion cells.
Right.
Trillion, right?
Yes,
now, in one drop of blood, right, there's 12 million cells in one drop of blood.
Oh my God. Okay.
12 million cells. Now, if you smoke a cigarette, especially the modern cigarettes, it's so got so many chemicals in it.
Yeah.
Now, one puff this is rocky. One puff of a cigarette will destroy 12 million cells. In other words, you'll destroy 1 drop of blood for every puff of a cigarette.
Drop of cigarette. Oh.
Yeah. So in a cigarette, you have 20 puffs. If you smoke the whole cigarette, you've destroyed 20 drops of blood.
Oh, my God.
Amazing, isn't it? And you normally have 5 liters of blood in the body. If you're destroying, from one cigarette, you're destroying 20 drops of blood. You smoke a packet, that's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
And I see young people now, they're smoking 60 cigarettes a day. Look at this. It's like dreadful. Yeah, see, that's how it works. But that's our passion. And we teach, we don't push people, we don't force people. We give them facts, we give them the figures. Yeah. And the intelligent ones, they follow, they accept. Right? Yeah. Some people, no matter, we've learned this, so no matter what you give them, what you tell them about, they will not listen. They'll stick with their junk food. They'll stick with their cigarettes. They'll stick with the alcohol, heavy drinking. Right?
Yeah.
But again, I'm very balanced. I mean, for example, I've got French and Scottish stock. I don't mind a glass of Shiraz once a week, like a glass of wine, just one glass of that. And that's medicinal, one glass, you know. But if you drink a bottle of wine every night, no, that becomes alcoholic. That will affect your liver.
That's very, very interesting. Oh, my God. I mean, I've learned quite a lot from just this short discussion right now. I've learned so much, especially when you're, smoking cigarette and the amount of blood you're losing. I'm not aware of it.
Yes,
I've really learned a lot. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing.
Pleasure.
So, what is Planet Wellness?
Well, it's a place where you can actually get a non-invasive health check.
Yeah.
And also we will give you solutions to that, natural solutions.
Okay.
What we wanted to do when we created Planet Wellness is to create a very relaxing environment compared to if you went to other doctors where the space is more clinical, right? Very time restrained in terms of the appointment. So when people come to see us, we are not so mindful about the time in that sense that our consultations will be at least 1.5 hours in duration, if not a bit more.
Yeah.
Because what we found is in that time, we will get to know the person better, any challenges that they may have had in life, and also go through, for example, what they've been, how they've actually been living in terms of eating, the lifestyle, the sort of work they do, and any maybe emotional trauma that they may have gone through in the past. That also affects their health. And then we use our tools to find out what is wrong in their body and what's causing the symptoms, the root causes of it. And then we recommend solutions, which could be changing the lifestyle to a certain extent, improving what they are consuming in terms of food and drink, maybe some exercise. And they'll also get a chance to actually see our organic garden, which Ronald has spent the last 10 plus years doing up from scratch. We'll actually also provide them with the herbs and vegetables and fruits that are in season that may help them with their health concern as well.
What just to give you an example of how how relevant this is, I was listening to a female doctor being interviewed today on a radio station in London.
Yeah.
And I felt for her. I really felt for her because she said, I'm a good doctor.
Right.
She said, I'm a very caring doctor, but when people start to abuse me and insult me and swear at me, I don't like it. Right, and the radio station said, why did they swear at you? He said, well, we're given 10 minutes per patient, 10 minutes. She said, if a patient complains of an abdominal pain, I'll be able to palpate the abdomen area, and in 10 minutes, that's almost impossible, right? So and so that, although she's a obviously very conscientious doctor, you can tell, right? Yeah. She said, I can't take it because she said, when someone's sick and I've only got 10 minutes, it's out, in, out, in, out. He said, we get told off by the government, we get told off by this, we get told off by that, and the patients take it out on us, right? right? So Katrina and I took the conscious decision that we wouldn't be chasing the money because the money would come anyway. What we do is we chase the change in the quality of the person's life. And we don't spend 10 minutes. The minimum we spend is an hour and a half, 1.5 hours.
And what Ronald shared is really correct because we personally know a lady doctor who's actually, she's actually a customer and also a friend of ours.
Yes.
And during the lockdown in 2020, she actually told me that she resigned from a job. And when I asked her why, she said because it was just too stressful on her. She's also the sort of caring person who would like to spend a bit more time to get to, sort out her her patients' problems. Yes. And she was put under so much time stress that she said she'd just rather quit.
Yeah.
Because it was causing stress on her, stress on the patients that she got to know over the years as well.
Yes.
And she felt that she was not able to serve them in those 10 minutes.
You see, what we know for sure is that people who go into doctoring, okay?
Yes, yeah.
Some go in there for the prestige, okay? And the money. Yeah. Some. But the majority, they go in there because they care for people.
Yes, yes.
But the thing is that once they get into the system and the grind of the system, and they want to do half an hour, 40 minutes, they're not allowed to. They've got 10 minutes. That's it, out. In 10 minutes, every 10 minutes out, So they see like 50, 60 patients a day, right? It's crazy, right? Now, sometimes we'll see 2 or 3 a day. That's it, right? But we're giving top service for that, top, right? We don't let 10 minutes. 10 minutes. We would never do an appointment at 10 minutes. Never. By the time you take the details, it's already 5 minutes, right? You see that? So so what happened as a result is that we've got quite a lot of doctors who've come to us for their health because they get so stressed from the job. They come to us, and then when we explain to them what we do, it's like, wow, this is what I should have been doing. And someone are veering into us and say, "Can you teach us what you do?" They're asking us, right? Because they want to do like a 60-minute, half an hour, 45-minute type doctor, not 10 minutes.
And also, what we do is after the consultation, we provide time of also after what we call aftercare support.
Yes.
Whenever the person needs, after the consultation, it's like when you're attending a course or studying something, you never get it at the first time. You probably absorb that much percentage of it. Yeah. And when you come out of the course, there'll be questions. So same like the consultation, there's bound to be questions or certain doubts that need clarification.
Yes.
So we always welcome the person to actually call us or contact us, and we will actually reply to them. And we don't actually charge extra for that.
Yes.
Well, so when you see other professions, if you need to call them back, they'll probably start charging you.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
So as you say that, you might pay a slightly high amount upfront. However, there's no like added ongoing bills going on unless you want to come and see us again.
For example, if you go,
so it's a one-time payment, and that's it.
It's a one-time payment in that sense.
The first time.
First time. Unless obviously they want to come and see us for a checkup again, which we encourage them to.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What you an idea, right? If you go to, say, a divorce lawyer, right, the first interview you pay. The first letter he writes, you pay. The letter from the other solicitor, you pay. For him to read it.
You phone them, you pay.
You phone them, you pay.
You pay, yeah. It's not fee every time, yes.
Send an email, you pay, right? Crazy, So you get a lot more stress after the divorce because you're paying so much money out, Whereas with us, if somebody rings up and they've got a serious disease and we've shown them how to start it, 2 days later, they can ring us up. If we're on a 1 month, they can ring us up. We say, okay, what have you been doing? What have you been? What's symptom? We explain. We rearrange their thinking. We rearrange their work, and then 3 days they ring back. Oh wow, I'm getting results already. For example, we got a guy. He was overweight, and without treatment, he lost 1.5 stones in 3 weeks.
Wow, 1.5 stones in 3 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Good.
And when we ask him how you feeling, he goes, ecstatic.
Of course, all that weight shed off.
Amazing. So when you lose 21 pounds of flab, boy, is that a relief. Wow.
Of course.
And when somebody says to you, "How you feeling?" It's ecstatic. Wow. That makes you feel good.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And so it's, for example, we keep emphasizing that we're not so much time focused, but results focused.
Yes.
Because when someone comes to see us and the appointment is like 1.5 hours, 2 hours long, sometimes it can be more than like 10 minutes or half an hour extra. And we don't charge because there are times, believe it or not, they might come with, say, a shoulder pain. And during consultation, because the shoulder pain may have been partly caused by emotion, they break down and cry. Now, when the person is crying, you can't just say, time is up, get out and leave.
No. You have to be empathetic.
So these are the things we go through during consultation. You never know what's going to happen. A lot of times, people come and they break down and you just can't just say, get out the door because I've got my...
No.
The night we were so amazed by this. We were able to register Planet Wellness we got planetwellness.co.uk. We were able to register that, and so there's another Planet Wellness in America, but he's a chiropractor.
So there's another one.com then. There's a planetwellness.com.
Yep, that's right. But we got go.co.uk, which is fine, and if you look at the name carefully, we're not just caring for one person, but every person we teach to heal, that is one person less to have you don't want to have planet that's sick. You don't want planet sick. You want planet wellness.
That's true. Wellness. Yeah. So,
in other words, you want the entire population of the planet to be well.
Yeah.
That's not an impossible task. It might take a few years, but that is not impossible. If everybody rallied and worked and helped everybody who was sick to be healthy by eating properly, by thinking properly, behaving properly, that can happen. The whole planet can become well.
True. Very true.
You think that big, that vision can drive it. The unfortunate part is a lot of corruption in the system, and that corruption can cause people to just stick with the drugs and so on and so on. That's the problem. Yeah. I could expand more, but I won't.
And I'm not going to ask anything as well. I will just leave it. But having said that, how can we, if we want to get your products, how can we purchase or get it, book an appointment? How can we contact you?
You want to explain?
Yeah, the best way is you can see our website on the link. planetwellness.co.uk. And you can drop us an email, hello@planetwellness.co.uk.
Yeah.
Or contact me on 07956 242832 and we'll take it from there. Because as we say, everyone's requirements are different. So it's not like just go on the website and try to buy a product. We'd rather at least have a small, short chat with you to find out what the requirements are and then recommend accordingly.
Yeah. Her number is very easy to remember. Is 07956 24 28 32. So all you do is add 4, 24, 28, 32.
32. Okay, 24, 28, 32. Easy to remember.
Yeah, easy. and we've got, and the actual website's also got a lot of information, a lot. We spent months and months driving that website properly.
When I went on your YouTube channel and I saw quite a few, in fact, not a few, a lot of information was on there.
Yes.
In regards to the guides and stuff, maybe books, guides that you've put on there that will educate people.
Yes.
Let's say a little bit about those guides.
Well, you see, what a lot of people have asked me, a lot of business people have asked me, why don't you charge? Why aren't you charging for those videos? But we thought, no, hang on, it's best to give first, right? And it's amazing when you give. You might get $1 out, but if you give it with a good heart, you're going to get $100 back, right?
Yes.
But if you charge for every video, you're going to cut your market down. People are astonished at the quality of the videos. They're so astonished. They say to you, how come you're not charging? I said, because when we give and people get better, they recommend us.
Yes. That's true. Referral is one of the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And of course the information is given very clearly. You take this amount, that's why. And most people will charge for that. But we don't, because we want people to come back to us and realize we are the experts. Right? And then if it's a complicated case, they call us and we make the appointment, and then before you know it, they've added another subscriber, and so on and so on.